And when I say do something scary every day, I don't mean, jumping out of a plane, or, jumping off a perfectly good building or something. That's not what I mean. Something scary every day can be super small. For you, if you're an introvert, it could be talking to a group of people. That's more than one person, okay? But that is doing that scary thing. It could be writing the book or writing a chapter in the book that you have always wanted to do, but you were just afraid to do it because you're afraid that it's not going to be quote unquote good enough for publishing, right? These are the things I'm talking about.
Fear stops us from achieving our true greatness. Are you a professional woman who is feeling stuck, unmotivated, or burned out? Are you worried about your wellness? Are you letting fear stop you from crushing your goals? If you answered yes to any or all of these, then this is the podcast for you. Dr. Charmaine Gregory, night shift emergency physician, burnout thriver, and wellness champion, along with everyday heroes just like you, will explore how to face fear in our lives and emerge victoriously.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified when the next video comes out. It only takes 2 seconds to make 2 clicks. So let's do it. Let's get back to the video.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Dr. Gregory, and this is the Fearless Freedom with Dr. G podcast. I am coming to you live today from the beach, and this is Matapang Beach, and there is an incredible rainbow behind me that spans halfway across the bay, and those are so exciting to see because they are just beautiful touches from nature, like almost like a kiss, right? So I'm coming to you today live because I was supposed to record this episode when I was in Puerto Rico a couple weeks ago, but I did not get an opportunity to do that. Then I said I was gonna do it when I was in Japan last weekend for the spring break, and I did not get a chance to do it. So here we are, we're doing it now. I tried, I had a little bit of technical difficulty because I did not charge my phone, which I was supposed to do last night. So hopefully the podcast episode lasts long enough and we don't get cut off in the middle. And if we do, then that's just life, right? It is all serendipitous and spontaneous, which is fantastic. And so, so there's that. So I didn't charge the phone, so we have not a whole lot of charge here. So hopefully enough, like I said, for an episode. And then the next thing was, I was like, well, I'm gonna try Zoom for my phone. No such luck. Then I tried StreamYard for my phone. No such luck. So then I decided, okay, I'm just gonna do a Facebook Live and hopefully I'll be able to retrieve it later. So we'll see what happens there. Hey, Phyllis, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope that everything is well with you. And so today I wanted to talk about doing something scary every day, okay? Because we always talk about how we approach fear. We always talk about how we sometimes internalize it, how sometimes we don't know what to do. We're in a position where we're unaware of, oh yeah, no, isn't the rainbow amazing? Phyllis was saying that she loves the rainbow. The rainbow is amazing, and I love that we constantly get these. I mean, pretty much we get a little bit of sprinkle of rain early in the morning or overnight, and then we wake up to a rainbow over the ocean, which, I mean, it's still there. I don't know if you can still see it, but there it is. So for those of you who are watching the footage, you can see it. For those of you who are listening, then it is literally stretching halfway across the bay. It's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. Nature is fantastic. And so, yeah, so we do internalize fear a lot, and it stunts our growth. It stunts our growth mentally, and it stops us from doing things that are going to really enhance our lives. And that is what we have to always be like cognizant of and be thinking about ways in which we can combat that, right? Ways around it, ways over it, ways through it, etc. And so I've talked in the past about the fact that really there's only one root fear. I mean, there are these primary things we can't control, and then there are things we can control, are internal to us, the things that we modify. But then there's really only a root fear. And this is all kind of based on the book that I always talk about, which is Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And, in the book, Dr. Susan talks about, the fact that there's really only one root fear. And that root fear is the fear that says, I can't do it, right? And so if in everything you change the narrative, if you change the narrative and you'll be able to accomplish what you need, and you'll be able to really see yourself as a brand new person. Because the more we face our fears, the more we improve on ourselves, is the better we become, and it's the more chances we take in life, and those chances usually lead to experiences and opportunities. So, for example, one of the things that I also talk about is doing something scary every day. Okay, so that's the thing I really want to focus on. And when I say do something scary every day, I don't mean, jumping out of a plane, or, jumping off a perfectly good building or something. That's not what I mean. Something scary every day can be super small. For you, if you're an introvert, it could be talking to a group of people. That's more than one person, okay? But that is doing that scary thing. It could be writing the book or writing a chapter in the book that you have always wanted to do, but you were just afraid to do it because you're afraid that it's not going to be quote unquote good enough for publishing, right? These are the things I'm talking about.
Hey, it's Dr. G, and I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank you for listening to this episode. I'm so honored to have you here with me. Did you know that I can help you to get your own podcast started? With my podcasting launch course for professionals, I walk you through everything you need to know about starting a podcast. I'm with you every step of the way, from sign up to launching your show, with 5 episodes ready to go. There's a done for you version that's also available. If you would just rather just do recordings and leave the behind the scenes work up to us, then that one is definitely for you. But either way, we've got your back here at Fearless Freedom with Dr. G. Oh, if you already have a show and you need production services, we have monthly plans available for you. So check out the links in the episode show notes for more information. Let's get back to the show.
And so what happens is that when you do something scary every day, even the little things, what happens is it builds up to the big things, right? So you guys all know that we randomly decided to pick up everything and move 7,000 miles across the world. Like, you guys all know this. And people ask us, how can you do that? You never visited a place. You didn't know anybody there really. How can you just pick up and move like that? And it's all because we, over time, had been facing smaller fears. And so that didn't seem like a big deal when we did it. And it comes from practice, like everything else. For me, the big fear that I was facing and that I constantly face and I'm continuing to face is public speaking. And so every time I have to do something that pushes me so that I can challenge myself, so that the next time it will be a better experience. And so that is another example of doing something scary every day. And so the challenge is going to be to figure out what exactly it is that you fear. And then after that, figure out what can you do every single day that will assist you in getting closer to conquering that fear. And so for me, the example I gave was of me fearing public speaking. Okay. So things that I did to help me with that and things that I did that were scary every day. This is an example of something that is scary for me to do that I'm doing today, which is going live on Facebook, for the podcast, totally unscripted. This is something that is scary to me, but I'm doing it because I know that the outcome is going to be beneficial. It's going to be, there's going to be someone who is watching this, listening to it, who is going through the same thing and needs to hear these words. There's going to be someone who may listen to this months from now and find encouragement or find motivation or inspiration from these words. And I truly, truly believe that whenever there is something on my heart that I end up expressing, somebody is always touched by it. And that is the ultimate pay it forward. So, that being said, I encourage you today to think about what it is that you fear. The next thing is to think about how are you going to do something scary every single day in order to face that fear, and in facing that fear, to grow, and in growing, overcoming, because you deserve to be the best person that you possibly could be, and you deserve to conquer your fears. And this is one way in which you can accomplish that. So that's the words. Those are the words that I have for you today. I am at the end of the beach, and now let's kind of show you what it looks like. Here we are at the end of the beach strip, and I'm winded because I was walking pretty briskly, and you can see the entire beach right there. Beautiful, isn't it? And then you can actually go around the corner here, and there's another beach and bay back there. We love coming down here. This is a really nice little, what do you call it? Not a respite, but a retreat, I guess. Maybe retreat. But this is such a really nice place to be. And oh, here, check this out. Okay, you see that boat out there? That is the boat of some of the high school students who are training for paddling, which is a sport that is currently in season for the high schoolers. And it's really neat sport. Um, they it's like crew, but it has roots in the Pacific Island culture, and it's just a really neat sport. And yeah, so these are all these things, and then the rainbow is still there. That rainbow is still kind of lingering. It's starting to fade now, but it's still there. So there's so much beauty in facing your fears. There's so much beauty in doing something scary every day, because at the end of the year, if you started even now, I know the year's already started, but like if you started now and you did a little something scary every day, and you look back in December and you said, who is that person? You would be so pleasantly elated, inspired, excited to see the person that you have become, because you made that decision to face your fear, and because you made that decision to do something scary every single day. Trust me, I look back and I don't even recognize the person that I was even 2-3 years ago because of that simple fact. And it is such an easy thing to do when you do it in small increments, because of that lovely phenomenon called the compound effect. So hopefully this was something that you needed to hear today. Hopefully this is something that you're going to take action on today. And I am just grateful that you took time to listen, to watch, to be a part of this conversation. And I look forward to hearing from you all very, very soon. This is Dr. G, and I hope that you will be strong, be brave, and unleash your greatness.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of Fearless Freedom with Dr. G. Again, I'm Dr. G. And if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe so that you can get notified of when the next episode is going to be. And also, I'll catch you next time. Have a great one. Be strong, be brave, and unleash your greatness.